Hi everyone, I'm Ali and welcome to the channel. In today's video I want to show you how you can use your own iPad and a program called Procreate to create your very own colouring in pages that can be used in your KDP books. I'm going to be using my iPad to draw the pictures that I'm going to be using for the colouring in book. My iPad comes with an Apple Pencil and the program on the iPad that I'm going to be using is called Procreate. Procreate is a great little program. It's great for beginners, and the best thing about it is that you pay a one-time payment for the program on your iPad and there's no further subscription, so that's always a big bonus when it comes to anything related to the creative art industry. If you are creating KDP books, there are benefits. It alleviates any issues that you might have using any other third-party software such as Canva or Kindle or any of those other things where when you go in and use their images, the copyright still belongs with the original creator of that artwork, so that would alleviate any other problems that you have down the track. It also stops any duplication of content. So if you are using an image that you've found on Canva or you're using one that you found on Creative Fabrica, or like I said, any of those third-party programs, and if somebody else is using that same image, it stops that doubling up because the bots they use to go through and do some checking will pick up if something has had a duplication at all. And if you have been following along on the channel, you'll know that a lot of that AI artwork can be a little dodgy. You know, extra fingers and funny little things here and there on the page that can't be explained. So for a lot of the colouring books that I had created with AI, I would really like to go back and use this similar process to update the interiors of those and make it much better for the person who's purchasing the book, the person who's actually colouring in those images, to have a better experience when it comes to colouring. When I do show you Procreate, I'm only going to show you the tools that you need in order to cover this process today. I'm not going to go through the whole Procreate environment and how to use all the components. Just letting you know that this video is going to be really pitched at beginners, somebody who may not have used it before. So let's pop over and have a look at the iPad, shall we? And I'll show you how I might go about creating a colouring in page for use in a KDP colouring book that I might be creating. Right, so on your iPad, let's open up the Procreate app. And this time I'm just going to tap the plus. If you have not got a canvas size to follow, hit here to create one where you can set the width and the height and also the DPI and press create. In this case, I already have those dimensions there, so I'm opening up my 8.5 by 11, and this gives me my page to work from. Using my two fingers, I'm just going to squeeze because I like to see all sides of the canvas when I'm working with it. You can use your two fingers to move and manipulate the canvas around as you're working. Now, I have a Mid-Journey image that I have created and downloaded, and I want to bring that in here now, and I'm going to bring it into this layer here. So up here where you see those two squares, that's your layers menu, and at the moment I only have that one layer. So I'm going to go up here to where the wrench is, and I'm going to hit add, and I want to insert a photo, and that's going to take me to my camera roll. So just bear with me while I flick quickly to find it. It was some time ago. Okay, so let's have a look. So this is the Mid-Journey generation. It is of a fish, so I'm just going to place that fish into the middle there, and then I'm going to come up here, create a new layer. This is the one that I'm going to be drawing on today, and I'm going to minimize this one very shortly. But first I just want to show you, because if I zoom into this, I know this is just a screenshot from my computer because I couldn't be bothered trying to transfer the file, but if you have a look at some of these elements, you can see how difficult it would be to colour in. There's a lot of line work in a lot of these AI generations that just are not conducive to colouring. There's also a lot of grayscale on a lot of these images, which is also not really conducive to colouring. So we're going to fix that a bit today by tracing over this and creating something that's a little bit more unique and a little bit more user-friendly. So coming back to the layers menu, I'm going to hit on the N here, and I'm just going to reduce the opacity of that layer underneath. And I'm going to come up here to this layer and I'm going to select my pencil, and I want to do some sketching of this first. So I'm just going to use the Procreate pencil for that. And now I'm ready to sketch across. So basically when I'm doing my sketching, I want to sketch in a way that allows for some colouring here. So really blocking out areas. Like this bit here, it's not really giving the user the opportunity to do some colouring there. The pencil, just check it first. Okay, so that's not too bad. And 2 fingers will undo anything, 3 fingers will bring it back if you are making mistakes along the way. So I'm just going to go across and I'm just going to sketch in. Oops, that's a bit big. Let's drop that down. So over here you can increase or decrease the pencil width. Let's go for 6% on this one. And I'm just going to sketch in some areas around this fish, and I can omit areas, I can add things if I wanted to. So there's a little weird dot there, I probably wouldn't enter that. And I'm just going around some of the line work. This is really rough at this point. So these lines here on the face, I will keep, but I'm going to join them up like so that we have better colouring in sections. I'm not worried about how I'm joining the lines here because I'm going to be using a different pen for later. Just going to put in the scales there. They didn't exist there, as you could see. I'm going to put those in. Right, and I'm going to continue going around the fish in this way. For something like this part here with the fin, I mean, all this different grayscale and line isn't really colourable, so I'm just going to do the shape of that, going down, and do the back part of that. And then you can just add in the parts that you would like. Now with your AI images, obviously, when you subscribe to the platform, you're doing the generation, so the copyright is with you, and the fact that you then mix it up a little bit with looking at Procreate, and you can add in different elements, so you're just giving it even more of a unique ability. Say again, whoops. So just adding in and it also allows you to really take out things that just don't make sense, because there is a lot in Midjourney that just doesn't make sense sometimes. So you can change the area. So I think that works better coming around in like that. So you don't have to follow the lines exactly. Yeah, sometimes you can draw with your pen, your thing too. You can get a thing that you wear on your hand, but don't worry about things like that. Not at this point. Oops, done like that. And I'll come back and fix up anything that kind of areas that might be really hard to colour or don't make sense. So I'm really just doing a rough sketch at this point. Now I do like the idea of the bubbles, so I'll add some of those in. And for the base of the picture, we've got some really nice coral pieces here, so just picking out a few of those. And again, you're making the decisions about which bits you're going to keep and maintain and which you are not. So you can see that I'm making up new sections of coral in there. Then we have these bits down here. And you can be a little creative in what you include, because It can be imaginative. Not everything that's here needs to be looking for. Alright, so I think for this fish, it's looking pretty good. So I'm just going to come back out here. I'm going to turn the background layer off. Okay, I haven't done the scales. So here, I just need to go back through and make sure that I cover the scale work. That you get the idea. Now, I'm just going to stop that there. Oops. So you can see that when I turn that off, yep, the scales are going to be showing. So what I do at this point then is add another layer, because the layer that I've just done here is made up of line pencils. You can see that they are clearly quite rough. And what I want to do is smooth that out. So I'm just going to, I know I haven't finished the scales, but that's okay. I'll come back and finish it all off. So I'm just going to reduce that down. And on my third layer, I'm going to change this to not a sketching pencil, but an inking pencil. And I'm going to use the Studio pen. Now, if you do tap on one of your brushes, you can come in and do some changes there. One that you might need to look at is stabilization, which just allows you to keep the pen stable. So if you're using an Apple Pencil for the first time, you might get like funny little wiggly lines. If you increase the stabilization, it'll smooth out the pen a little bit. So I've just got that on half at the moment. So that's just a handy tip. And then the next part of this is to continue over the fish then with this nice thick line. And when I zoom in now, you can see that it's got a smooth edge. This is a bit wonky. I might try that again. And this is the part where you really slow down when you're going through and going over your lines to make sure that they are joining up. And that you have, because when you draw a line, if you go like this, it'll taper off a little bit. So you want to have lines where it's keeping the same width the whole time. Otherwise you'll have lots of joins that have this tiny little tapered edge, and you'll have to go back and kind of fix that up a little bit. So just making sure that you apply constant pressure to the pen so that you're getting a very nice bold line as it does match up with the others. Now, if you do make a mistake, or say for instance you got this bit here, looks a bit weird, you can come up to your eraser. Just check the thickness of your eraser, and it's not too big, so it'll wipe out too much, and then you can come in and you can do a little bit of fine tuning. So this is the next step, is going back over this fish and giving really defined lines to the image. So I'm going to continue and I'll come back when this is done. Okay, so third layer is done. If I can turn the other two on and off, toggle off. So having a look at this layer and then comparing that to the original Midjourney creation. So as you can see, there's a lot of area there that really would not be easy to colour, but taking that and giving it a bit of a trace over has certainly made it a lot easier to have something in which someone can colour. So now that that's done, and I've gone through and I've checked to make sure that there's no little flicks or lines or any other mistakes on there, I'm ready to share. So I can come up here to the wrench, I can hit share, I can share as a JPEG. It will export that and give me some options about where I want to send it to. So I am just going to save the image here, and then I'll be able to attach that and send it on to myself via email and have a printout that I could use. So I'll go ahead and do that now. So this is the print from the Procreate drawing. It does have a few little marks here. Now this, I don't believe, has anything to do with the Procreate. This is my printer. Obviously needs to have a little bit of a redo. And I grabbed two because I'll make up a thumbnail for this video by colouring in this one here. So as you can see, it does have this it kind of just ends. Now, I'm not worried about this. I've printed this on A4, and I know that the option for 8.5 and 11 will fit within the KDP margins. So what I can do with this file is when I actually set up my KDP book in Canva and I set the dimensions to 8.5 by 11, I'll be able to resize this image, the digital image, to fit on that page. So this will go right through to the edge, and I'll make sure that I select bleed when I upload the book to Amazon KDP. You can take those images and really do something with them to make it so much easier for a person to do some colouring in. So I'm going to go ahead and colour this in now so that I can get my thumbnail picture. So there's the coloured in version. I went really quickly on this because I've been filming most of the day, so I just went bleh. So some of the colouring there with the alcohol markers isn't up to chop, but there we have it. If you are a KDP book creator and you enjoy doing colouring books, then I highly recommend using this as a method to bring some uniqueness and also a better quality colouring page for your end user. Thanks for watching the video today. I hope that this has given you some insight as to how you might use the Procreate program to create artworks. If it's been helpful, let me know in the comments, and I will come back with some more tips on how to use Procreate to help you with your KDP books in a future video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one. See you later, guys.